So let's talk astrology for a little bit, for a few minutes. If you're new to astrology, or if you're a little bit more on the awareness in terms of astrology, this is a message that don't go hiring or paying just about anyone to look into your chart. I mean, there's no right or wrong in this, because it's like you got to make a few mistakes in order to, learn some things about it. But please go to somebody who's reputable and who is willing to look into your chart and actually do the work, because I will use myself as an example. About a decade ago, I actually paid KRS channel on YouTube. Him or his secretary, or the person who's in control of the monetary, and computer or whatever, refunded my money back and literally said they cannot do a reading for me because my planets in my houses overpower theirs. So just like everything in the world, the occult, astrology, numerology, tarot, energy work, Reiki, it's a transference of energy. Okay, so a lot of times, again, growing up, even when I was like 14 years old, and I would go and get my, certain psychic readings done or have astrology readings done, a lot of times I would have, even in 2000, it doesn't matter, but I've had many masters, and I say that masters because they were considered, they wouldn't look into my chart, whether it was my name or whatever, because they said my dominant planets are too dominant, where it would be overpowering or too dangerous for them to be tapping into and playing around with. So why I'm bringing this up is because just because you see a house and a planet and you do a little quick Google search, it doesn't mean that. A lot of times people assume if your house, if you've got, your third house is in Aries, it's the same as being a positive sun in Aries, or no, honey, there's a lot to it. You got to understand the angles. You got to understand that one planet in one house in one angle in one stage is going to activate another one. And the list goes on. I mean, astrology is something just like a pianist. You cannot just understand everything. None of these things are here to be afraid of. They're clearly, tools and, hobbies and interests and ways of life for many of us. But I'm at that stage in my life where literally the people who have been willing to look into my chart, they didn't do a good job. The only other person I would say pretty much did 70 to 80% accuracy was Santos Bonacci, also on YouTube. I'm not being sponsored by giving out names here, but I'm just honest and I'm genuine in this type of work. So he still wasn't able to tap into 100% accuracy in certain things, but that's okay, because you have to understand astrology your birth chart isn't just you, it is your ancestry, it is your family, it is your parents, and a lot of times people think that what's going to happen to you is actually happening to them, or, your kids or something else. So by now, and from what I've explained, when I used to have Facebook and stuff, I used to say all the time that wherever you live, whatever country you're in, even if you leave the country that you're in, certain planets, certain houses get extremely activated and stay that way. So that therefore your presence is leaving something in that place, and vice versa. You keep attracting something. So for example, me living in Armenia, my Pluto in general is extremely active here, activated, and it's going to stay activated. Pluto in Scorpio. Pluto is a planet of destruction, transformation, wealth, psychology, and ever since I've been here, we've been full out embracing and experiencing and feeling intensity in these areas, investigative stuff.